Hi, just want to go through how to change the scales on the various key groups of the Tau. So you can remember that the Tau has three splits. So we have split 1, which is a whole keyboard, and that is what we call key group 1. Then we have a split 2, where it's split into two separate keyboard areas, and this is key group 2 and key group 3. And then lastly we have split 3, split into 3, and this is key groups 4, key groups 5 and key group 6. So if I go back to key split 2, and so we have key group 2 and key group 3. Now it's possible from each key group to control the other, so it's therefore necessary to tell the control mechanism which key group you're actually making the changes for. So let me show you as an example. Currently on key group 2 we have this scale. Major scale. So in order to change the scale here, I go to mode key 2, I select scales, and I have my selection of 8 scales that I can pick. But what's very important to do is to select which key group I actually want to change the scale for. And in order to do this, there's a key that should be lit and isn't, called the mode key here. So if I press this, you can see that I've got 6 lights which represent the 6 key groups. This is key groups 1, key groups 2, key groups 3, key group 4, 5 and 6. If I want to change the scale for key group 3, which is this one, I need to make sure that it's activated. Or I could say, well, I want to change the scale for both instruments, both splits. So I'm going to say, well, okay, I want 2 and 3 to be changed. So now when I select a scale which is blues, and I go back and select an instrument, similarly I have blues on key group 2. So in another example, just to show you what can be done, I can go to this key group, mode key, scales, and it's currently set to blues. And I can say, okay, for this key group, I want you to change this key group with this key group's control key. So I press this mode key here, and I can see that it's actually set to key group 3. So I select key group 3, and what that means is now every time I change the scale on this control mechanism, it's actually key group 3 on the bottom where the scales change. So watch this. Currently blues, but I can go to major, or chromatic, so there you are. So the secret of changing keys on the Tau is to remember, and it's on page 10 of the manual, that there's a mode key which allows you to select which key groups the scale mode control is actually controlling. Now that holds identically true for the tone, the start note of the scale. So if I look on this key group 2 and I select the tone, I've got array of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do notes, and it's currently set to C as the start of the note. So I can change the start note of any scale going up. Let's go up a fourth. But similarly, I need to choose, well, okay, am I changing the root note of this key group or this key group or any of the others, any of the 6 key groups? And in order to check that, I need to press this key here, and just like for the scales, you've got the actual key groups that you're amending. So actually I want to change key groups 2 and 3. So now, when I play, I'm in C, and if I can go up, there we go. And equally, it also changes the scale for key group 2. So for the tones, it's very important. Starting tone, it's also important to remember to set which key group you're actually changing the start note for.